Hi, my name's Gerry. I'm a twin troller boat owner, and I'm also a lifelong fisherman. A while ago, I bought and installed a seat slider. That allows the seat to move forward and backward, a total of 9 inches. Well, I liked it so much, I'm going to install one on this one. What's the advantage of this? Well, as you can see, it slides, and if I pull it all the way back, when I want to turn around in the boat from the front to go to the back, to start the outboard, to get something out of the back, no matter what I'm doing, if I slide this back, as far back as it goes, my knees are not that far forward, and it's much easier for me to swing around. Now, I often have fishing rods and tackle in the trays there, this side and that side, so no matter which side I swing around to, it's easier to get there. This normally sits a little bit forward of here. If I put a slider on this one, and when I have a second person in the boat, I have this seat as far back as I can, and this seat pretty much as far back as what is comfortable for me. That allows separation between the two of us so that we're not hitting each other or in each other's way. So this seat normally sits like this. With the slider on it, this seat will be able to move farther back and make farther separation between the person in the front to the person in the back. So we're going to install the same slider on this one, but at some point during this video, I will give you a discount code that goes to the company that makes this. And with that discount code, for anybody that's viewing my YouTube channel, Lunker Fishing, can use that code on any product that this company makes. So stay tuned so you can at least see if you like the items they have and get that code. So follow me. 4 nuts off of these 2 plates. Take the legs off. So here's the box that the new slider has come in, and I'm gonna open it for the first time. And it's from Springfield Marine. It's the name of the company that makes it, as well as a whole bunch more items, all for boats. Lots of packing. Here's the slider, looks just like the other one, and they gave me a koozie, drink koozie, and thank you for that. I think the person I spoke with at Springfield Marine just threw that in, and thank you. Here it is, looks just like the other one. When I did the other video for the front seat, I'm going to put a link right up here. If you want to, you can click on that, go look at it there, in case maybe I describe installing this a little bit different than I installed the other one. If you just want to look at it, that's where it is. Below this video, click on Show More to see links for many of the items used in most of my videos. They are there so that you can locate them in case you are interested. Seeing Show More works best when viewing this video on a tablet or a laptop or a computer. And now the other one was blank on the back. This has pedestal seats, trailer jack. You actually hook it on the axle, you back up the trailer. That will lift it if you had a flat tire. Here's bicycle seats, seats for larger boats like a pontoon boat. I shouldn't say a seat, it's a table. And then it inserts into the floor. Here's different kind of seats they sell. All of those things you have a discount for. Just stay tuned. And we'll get this out of here. Don't need that. It's identical to the other one. Nothing's any different. So you push this lever and this slides back and forth. This locks it in when you let it go. Now we got to get to work. So I'm going to flip this over. I got the 4 nuts off of this, these 2 plates. Take the legs off. This is the 2 blocks of wood that I put on here, 2x6, to raise this up this much. One of these is the exact same thickness as one of the blocks. So we only need one. These are kind of stuck together, came apart. So we keep one and the other one's gone. I turned this a little bit to get access to these 4 screws because we have to take this plate off in order to get these bolts off, and I'll show you why. Two of these are shorter, 2 of these are longer. The longer bolts, see the difference in size? The longer bolts go to the seat, the front of the seat, where the snap is. So just remember where you're putting them. And this comes off. Now we can get the 4 bolts out. Let me show you how the slider goes on here. There's a circle here in the middle of this plastic seat. There is a circle here. So they line up exactly over the top of each other. And there are diagonal slots here, here. I'm going to move this forward. Diagonal slot here and a diagonal slot here. They line up with the original screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. So the longer ones go in these slots, right about in the middle of this diagonal. And in the back, you put the other 2 shorter ones. Remember, the bigger ones went towards the front of the seat. The shorter ones go in the other 2 diagonals that I showed you, the slots. And at this point, I can now put them in and tighten it. I now have the slide installed. All I gotta do is install the rest of the seat that goes to the connections that go to the boat itself and to these legs. There is the swivel, the 2x6, the bolts, and they will go on like this. Now, these are way too long when we get done. I don't want them that long. All I want to be able to do is get a nut on like that, but I want to cut these down, all 4 of them. So I took a Sharpie, I marked it right here, and I'm going to cut all 4 of those off at the same length. I now have 4 bolts that are shortened, and I used a grinder with a metal cutting blade to cut them off to the length that I wanted. If you're going to do that, please wear eye protection. And this stuff flies little shards of metal all over the place. I should have also said, once I cut them off, I took it on a grinding wheel and just barely touched the thing and spun it around to take any edge off. And then I put it on a wire wheel and spun that to clear up the threads. And then I took a nut on each one of them just to make sure they went on without a hitch. So these should now fit on here. So let's assemble that. Okay, I'm gonna put this plate on, attach it to there. I found some bolts, 7/16. I put a washer on it because I don't want this to stick up any farther than the nut. And I have nuts that have a shoulder on it. So I'm putting a washer on each one, and I'll show you why. When I put it here, and I put this nut on, it's the same height as the nut when I get it on there. So this won't protrude any higher and interfere with the plate as it turns. So I put a washer on, I slide it up, put a nut on, at least to just get it started. See how this can spin past here and not hit the nut that's underneath it? It has clearance. That's why I put that washer on. I offset this again. All 4 of these are going in. And then I'll rotate it so they can't fall out. So like that. Now the legs go sideways. So this should go this way across them so the legs can sit on top of it. Get a nut started just so that they don't fall down. Before I tighten these, I want the seat to be centered. Stand back and look at it. I'd say that's in the middle. You can actually tell because these sections start to drop down. So right where the edge of the drop down is where I want these, and they'll be in the middle. Make sure we still got everything lined up. That's it. Okay, last check. Everything looks good. Right, now these are slightly bowed. I don't want to keep going too much. It will actually bend these over, but I think we're good. Now see this? Spins. Doesn't get in the way of anything. Now let me flip it over just to show you. This will spin all the way around. If you're sitting in the seat, your right hand lifts up on this little lever, and once you lift it up, you can push back or pull forward. 9 inches of travel when you get done. And this one's done. Let me just show you one thing. This is normally the way how this seat is in the boat. And the reason why I turn that around is I have a sheath over here that I keep needle nose pliers in. And John, who's mostly the one that sits in this back seat, likes it on the left side. Mine on the front is on the right side. You can put them wherever you want. That's just where we put them. And I want to make sure that John's happy. Now, I told you earlier about a discount for any of the products like this slider that Springfield makes. That's the name of the company, Springfield Marine Products. And if you go to the website I'm putting right here, called Cascade Outdoors Depot, and you put in a code of Lunker15, L-U-N as in Nancy, K-E-R 1-5, and this is available to any viewer of my YouTube channel, Lunker Fishing. That gives you 15% off any product that they sell, and they sell a lot of marine products. So even if you're not looking for this, but you're looking for something else, even for another boat, you can go there, get 15% discount. Pretty good deal. I hope you liked what I did. I hope I explained it well. If not, you can always text me, or you can always look at that other video that I did on the front seat doing the same thing. John should be happy now. He's got a seat just like the one in the front that will slide forward and backward. He can turn around. He can sit farther back in the seat to get more casting room between who's ever in the front and who's ever in the back. Thanks for watching my YouTube channel. Until next time, goodbye now.